Hello, Fallen Dragon Knight here today, and I got a special review. We are going to be looking at one of the Generation Select series figures. You know, the ones that are just web exclusives that you can't get in stores anywhere else. Well, we're going to be looking at the Nightbird, which is a repaint of the War for Cybertron Siege Chromia. First off, let's take a look at the boxes it comes in. It's just plain cardboard box, but it has some really nice paint deco to it. And then of course it has the Nightbird sticker on it, because all these are the same. But when you open it up, yeah, there's some really nice paint, details in there. I just wanted to show the box off before I toss this into the recycling bin, but with the box out of the way, let's take a look at Nightbird herself. And as I said before, she is a repaint and remold of the Siege Chromia. Now then, she does have her little pistol here, which of course goes on the car mode like so. Kind of looks weird, but it's weapon storage, so you got that. Also got these twin thrusters in the back, which are actually weapons. We'll get into those a little later. And you kind of need them to fill out the rest of the figure, because otherwise you just have these two ports in the back. So having those little thrusters in the back kind of fill it out nicely. She's just jet black and purple with a little bit of yellow and silver. Can't really tell the robot mode too well, except for the fact that without the gun, you can tell this is supposed to be the torso of the robot mode. It doesn't really blend in too well with the rest of the vehicle. Other than that, nice solid looking vehicle. Well, let's get on to transformation, shall we? Just gotta pull these out first and then pull this out like so, then rotate this around. Yeah, you can kind of see the whole robot mode there. Gotta separate this side first. This leg has given me a lot of trouble because it has to be the first to come out and has to be the first one put in, because there isn't a whole lot of clearance to get that tab into the back there. There's plenty of clearance on this side. The other side, just not so much. It could just be mine. And we just pop this open, flip the panel down, flip the head out, slide this panel up, and fold these in as we fold it up all the way. There's tabs in there that slot into that backpack unit. Fold these up, fold those down. Then we fold the arms down and flip out the fists, and there we have Nightbird in her robot mode. It's kind of standing a little. There we go. As you can see, fairly reminiscent of the original G1 character, because in the original G1 cartoon, she was just a human-made robot that the Decepticons captured and reprogrammed to basically attack the Autobots. It's got a nice head sculpt reminiscent of the original G1 character, but the head sculpt also causes some problems with the articulation, because that bottom part does collide with the neck there, so kind of have to tilt her head up if you want to get the full 360, but the ball joint does allow for at least some decent range of movement. Shoulders only go out about that far. Rotation there and there, little under 90 degrees, and of course you got the transformation joint for the wrist. There is a waist swivel, but it is locked by the backpack, so you gotta untab the back a little just to get some of that waist articulation back, but it's still very limited because of this backpack unit. So don't expect to get that waist articulation to work too well. Thighs, rotate, ball jointed hip, knee can only go about that far unless you move the panel out of the way. And then of course the legs have ankle tilt, and the transformation joint allows for some interesting poses with the ankle there. So she is decently posable, especially for a ninja, although I would wish that there was a better way to get that waist articulation there. However, that's not the only thing about her. We have to look at the weapons that she comes with. As you can see, here's that pistol again, just yellow with gray, and there's these two bits, which according to the instructions are grenades. You may notice that there's little tabs on each and ports on each side. You can store the weapons right here because there's little ports right there. Store them here if you want, or here, which would be more reminiscent of her size in the original show. But this weapon is also modular, which is actually one of the nice little things I like about the weapons are that they're modular, because the scope is removable and you can just put it on the front of the gun like so to make it a silencer. Now then, the tab here, it does not fit into the slot where the silencer was, the scope was. So you can't really do that. But these things also attach like so as barrel extensions. And of course, if I wanted to, I could take these and put them together like so. Well, actually, like so, excuse me, like so, and then I take the scope, put it back on top where it was, and just plug this whole assembly in, kind of like, oh, that's weird. Well, I could get that in to go, oh wait, doesn't go that way, fits better that way. There we go. So yeah, all the weapons combined to make that kind of pistol looking thing. And of course, there is the melee weapon, which requires you to peg these in like so to make a kind of club. Now this is the weapon they show in the trading card game for Transformers. And she just holds it like so. And of course the pistol goes in her other hand like, oh, like so. Trying to do this behind the camera is a little tricky. Oh, come on. There we go. So she can hold her pistol, hold that club thing. And of course they are FX parts compatible. As you can see, you can just put the melee swipe there and the gun burst right there. So yeah. There's also another configuration for this weapon too, because we can just pull that off, put that right there, and it's more of a nightstick, fitting for a character called Nightbird. So decent articulation, not in the waist though, and a very modular weapon, which I think is a real plus. Sure, they didn't give her any bladed weapons, but hey, what can you do? And of course, she has all those nice little ports and pegs so you can arm her up with any of the weaponizers or any of the other kind of parts and bobs that you get. Hang on, I'm trying to assemble this here. In you go, like so. Now then the backpack is where we're going to have a few issues, but not terribly problematic when I try to put that right there. Despite her slender stature, she's still compatible with this. Okay, and we put that right on there. Unfortunately, her ball joints in her hips do have a bit of a looseness to them when you have to spread them out really far, but they are somewhat tight when they need to be. So there she is wearing the whole brunt armor. So yeah, let's take that off. And stand her back up. Yeah, once you get her hips to a certain position, they are not really too tight. But then again, it could just be mine. Anyway, let's take a look at a comparison here with Voyager class Megatron. Let's back up the camera, tilt it up a little. There we go. That works pretty well. And let's take a look at a leader class figure. Something a little close to her. And there is Titans Return Sixshot. Now then, if you are familiar with the Legends comics, which was in Japan, Nightbird was the one who tried to assassinate him. So it might not be entirely a good idea to keep these two together on the shelf, but she's on camera, lights are on, I'm pretty sure nothing's gonna happen. Nightbird!